To have you on the podcast today, my friend. So I'm just going to get straight into it, I can't lie.
Yeah.
What are you here for? What is your assignment? Tell me all about it.
So what we had to do for the assignment, it was for the whole term, we went into lessons and we had to, essentially, the end goal was a sports day.
Yeah.
And we had to make some test scores for us to do to show like improvements and stuff that we've done.
Yeah.
But as well as that, it was about the like a group, like how we all like do it as a team and stuff, and like how we take like our reflection of our actions.
Yep.
And then like essentially just how we reflect on everything to make us better at whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I've got down is Bode, who said reflection, which individuals engage to explore their experience in order to lead to new understandings and appreciations.
Nice.
So that was something that I had in mind for the whole thing, like how am I going to reflect on everything that I'm doing and how I'm just going to get better, essentially, which was a really good experience, and really enjoyed it. All the coming together with the team, people that you won't normally work with.
Yeah.
Because we just got put into teams, so I was with people that I wouldn't necessarily work with, but I am really glad that I did actually work with them because it was really enjoyable and it was a really good experience.
Nice. So, just tell me all about the first 3 weeks. What did you do? What were they like?
So, first week we got there, we went to the sports hall and David said that we were doing shot put, so straight away I was like, oh, sound that. I'm quite good at throwing, so straight away I was feeling quite confident about it. The only thing I was a bit unsure about is because I did a grade 2 AC tear on my shoulder, like weeks before that. Yeah. And not weeks, months before that, but it was still a bit sore, like still a bit sore now. So straight away, like, I know I can throw quite well, but I was just a bit like
50-50 on that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to throw too hard, just in case I hurt it. And anyway, I threw the first one, and I did really hurt it. So then I just started throwing my left shoulder. And I should have probably not thrown it, but I thought I'd just get involved because I'm very injury prone at the minute. So I just thought I'd just give it a go, see what happens. Yeah. So that was the first week, and we give out roles within the group. I think when I threw my shot put, Sophie was putting like markers down for where the ball hit, and then we could get like a ruler and measure it. And I think I got like, I can't remember what result I got. It's in here actually. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see how we've got the border there. We've got all the names going down the side, and then we've got the results. So I got there 11 meters 9.
Decent throw that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a good throw. It was probably one of the better throws within the group. Yeah. But I was enjoying it. So then obviously Sophie took the measurement, and Meg, she was like explaining us how to do it. So we started off just standing still, just literally having it like that and just throwing it. And then obviously we took like the movements into it, the step, the coming down and extending up. Yeah. And it was just really good to learn and like actually like know what you're doing and the skills. Like, because obviously it's all well and good someone telling you to go and throw that, but if someone tells you to throw it, you'll hold it there, and you'll throw it as hard as you can.
You say throw it before you go and start doing that as well.
But when someone teaches you the correct technique, and then you do it all and it all makes sense and you're getting further and further and further, it's just a real sense of like accomplishment, isn't it? So, yeah. So that was good.
Third week, what do you get up to?
Third week, I've actually got it down here because I took voice memos after the end of each thingy. So actually the second week we did long jump, and
I skipped a week there, my bad.
Yeah, it's alright, mate, don't worry about it. Second week we did long jump, and obviously, like me being a rugby player, like jumping, like hopping, it's not really my forte. You know what I mean? So I was a bit uncomfortable with it. It took me a while to get my head around it, but first things first, we got split up into groups, and then within them groups we got split up into more groups. And there was 2 people in my group, and then we were teaching the long jump. No, we were teaching the long jump to the group of 3, and it was dead easy. So like we got the instructions, and we just thought let's just break it down. Let's just think about it. Let's break it down into sections. So first we had them just jumping up, just because obviously we wanted to say we're going to do it from scratch. Like we're going to act like everyone's like down here in like the level. Yeah. So we started off jumping, and then we brought the arms into it, and then we brought the forward jump into it, and then we brought the landing safely, and then we brought a little walk into it. Okay, yeah. And then eventually, towards the end of the session, we were fully running, jumping, and then same again, we had like a little mark. I've got some videos on my phone actually, of me running after someone, following them, and exactly where their feet land. I zoom in on the feet, I'll just show you. So it'd be better to see than that, wouldn't it? So that you can see I'm following her. Yeah. And then you can see where her feet land there. And then so from that, we got Meg to tape, like measure where she landed, so then we got the results there. Yeah. So then we can just see if we're getting better over time. And then the third week was the upward sweep with the baton. Yeah. And I used to do some of this back in college and stuff, nothing too major, but so I already knew a little bit, but it was good to actually break everything down, know exactly what we're doing and the correct techniques and stuff. And at the start of the session, I was actually a bit confused because I didn't know where like the boundary was. Yeah, you could actually give the baton over. Yeah. So I just took the teacher, and I was just like quite worried by the side. I was like, so this and that. Like, where do you do it? So then he taught me where it was, and so then I could teach the people in my group. Yeah, I taught you. But then like the reason I did it like on the quiet was because I didn't want you to like have a lack of faith in me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like while I'm listening to him, you don't even know where the section is that I'm going to hand it over.
I had no idea that's what you did, and it was a great section. So.
But I was excited to be outside doing practical. Yeah. I'm quite an athletic person, so anything that's not in the classroom, pretty much I do enjoy. Yeah. And then the equipment, it was nice to get hands on equipment as well. Yeah. Nice to actually feel it, just be doing practical. So I enjoyed that. Yeah.
What kind of feelings did you have during these sessions, during these first 3 weeks? Were you enjoying it, stuff like that?
The first 3 weeks I was really enjoying it, and then because obviously I played rugby as well, I played for Beckett, and then after the first 3 weeks I started getting injured a lot. So I did the same thing to my left shoulder, I did it to my right shoulder. I did my ankle as well. So it was just like after the first 3 weeks I couldn't really. I still got involved as much as I could. Like I did the 1,600 metre run, which I don't know why I did that.
Sure, that wasn't very fun.
That was awful. I was feeling really not scared, but I can't stand running, so I was dreading it. That's what I was doing. I didn't want to do it, but I was just like, you know what, send it, see what happens. But like in my head, I'm very, very competitive. Yeah. So I think it comes down on the task-orientated goal and ego-orientated goal, which is O'Rourke's 2014 and Nichols' 1984. So like a task-orientated person is like someone who wants to master the skills of like competence and like get a deeper understanding of something, and then the ego-orientated is just wants to like outperform.
Just wants
to win. Yeah. And I feel like, to be fair, throughout the whole of the assignment, I was always edging on the verge of ego oriented. I wasn't bothered about the task.
I think that anyone in professionally like this plays like top level competitive sport is always going to be like that.
I wasn't bothered on the task. I was just bothered about winning. Like even when we were in the shot put in the first week, like it was meant to be a task orientated goal, but like I kept holding the shot put. I just kept like checking over my shoulders and I wonder what he's doing. What's he through there? And if he's through that, I'll go and try my hardest to throw something else now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really enjoying it, and then obviously the injuries happened. But like with the injuries and stuff, obviously me playing rugby, like I've been injured before, and it's just a mindset thing. You can't let it get you too down and stuff. Otherwise, if you allow it to get you down, then it's a very slippery slope. So I didn't really allow that to happen. I tried to be involved as much as possible.
Nice.
But
Nice. What's you tell me about AGT?
So the AGT is the achievement goal theory. So it aims to explore how students' goals and the motivational climate created by teachers and the peers. So that's what we used, and that's what involved the two types of orientated goals, so the tasks and stuff. So it's just about like how just how we motivate ourselves, and the climate that we put ourselves in, and also the climate created by the teachers and the peers can actually impact the effort and the engagement of the participants. So us as a group, it was a really good group. Like we just tried to make it as fun as possible. So each week we would bring a speaker in. So we'd have like tunes going on the side and stuff. So it wasn't just like, oh, you're there for a lecture, like get it done, get your practical done, whatever. Like we were all having fun while we were doing it. We had the tunes on. We were all having a laugh with each other. I've got some pictures of us all dancing actually, just being like that. There it is. So like, you can see we're all having a bit of a laugh and that, and we're all just like dancing about and stuff. So we just tried to make it as enjoyable, just as enjoyable as possible. And obviously we all put effort in. We all put effort into the whole assignment, to be fair, and the teachers and all the lecturers, they were making it really enjoyable as well. Like they weren't just there because they had to be. They were there because it felt like they wanted to be.
We were engaging quite a lot.
And they enjoyed helping us out, which was good for us to see, obviously, because if you've got a teacher there that just looks like they don't want to be there, you're just a bit like, if you don't want to be there, why should I be here? You know what I mean? So that was really good for the for all of our group as well. Made it really enjoyable throughout the whole time.
Nice. So I was going to ask next actually about if you thought you were task or ego oriented, but we kind of touched on that. Any plans to add with it, or?
No. Just I think it just comes from my line of sport and stuff. You can't play rugby and be. You can't play rugby and not be competitive. So I think that's what pushes me and motivates me with everything I do. To be honest, like even going to the gym and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'll think.
So you want to outperform rather than
I just want to do better than the person next to me and the person opposite me.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So you touched on your team and stuff. Do you have a team name at all?
Yeah, we were called Carnegie Cheetahs. So what happened with the team name and stuff? So we were all going to be part of one big team, weren't we? Which was where the P Eagles came from. And I thought, sick name that. P Eagles, that's cool that. And then I wasn't in because I had to go home for a weekend for some family commitments, but and then that's when like everything got like separated. We got split in half, and I was like, oh, we're not part of the P Eagles anymore, because I love that name. And then we were like, alright, okay. And then we were like, so I actually came up with like, what about being called Carnegie instead? So obviously Carnegie School of Sport. And I think it was Meg that said, oh yeah, I like Carnegie. And then because I'm part of a rugby team that's called Carnegie Crusaders.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, we could do something similar.
Yeah.
And then we ended up calling it Carnegie Cheetahs, which was quite good.
That's quite good. How did you feel it was working as part of that group? You touched on how you enjoyed it and the music and stuff?
Yeah, it was really good. Like, we were all part of just one big team, and we all came in, had a laugh. And obviously, I said earlier, it was like working with people that you're not usually used to working with.
Yeah.
It was quite a nice break, so I really enjoyed working with the whole group. And I don't think anyone in the group has anything bad to say about anyone. Do you know what I mean? We just all...
Everyone enjoyed working with each other.
Yeah, we just all loved it. Like, we all... what's the word I'm looking for? Helped each other out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we did. It was
nice. What sports did you get put down for in your group?
So I got put down for the shot put and the relay.
Nice.
And then I also got told I was doing the 1,600 metre.
I'm sure, given how enthusiastic you were.
Yeah. So the shot put and the relay, I was like, yeah, fine, like, I can do that, I can smash it out. And the relay, I was just like, right, okay, well, I guess I'll do that then.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like bothered about doing it. I was just like, I'd rather not, but if I have to, I will.
Yeah. Feel you're any good at them?
Yeah, I feel like, obviously, I said earlier, I was throwing is one of my stronger subject, stronger sports. So I was excited about that. I was excited about the relay because obviously I taught the baton change and stuff, so I thought I'd be very competent at that, and I'd be able to do that very well. And so yeah, I was excited to do it, and we'll touch on that later.
Yeah, no. So you enjoy sports and stuff?
Yeah, really enjoy it. I enjoy all sports, to be honest. So athletics, I've always been partial to a bit of athletics.
Yeah, and there's a lot of athletics getting involved with, so you might find something you enjoy. How did you structure your practical sessions? So
we used a thing called Target,
which
is AMES 1995, which is task, authority, recognition and relationships, grouping, evaluation and time. So obviously we decided as a group what tasks we want to do. So say one of them was long jump. So we decide what tasks we wanted to do. We decide who's involved in I'll use a different example to be because we'll use a shot put, because that's where you actually have to get some equipment. So obviously we chose shot put, authority. So within the group we choose who was going to do this, who was going to do that. So in one of the times I was the equipment manager, so I had to get all the shot puts there. I had to make sure they were all there and ready to use. Recognition and relationships. That was just being friends with each other and stuff, and recognising when someone has done well, recognising when someone could use a bit more help, need a bit of advice, and just all around just being there.
Nice.
Obviously the grouping, we were in one group, so it didn't really matter about that was our group. Evaluation, how we evaluated it, how we came out of the experience and how we thought if it could go better and how we could improve next week. And then the time, just how we managed our time effectively and stuff, and just how, because we didn't want to overrun anything obviously, because we only had the hour, so we didn't want to overrun anything, so we had to make sure we were really strict on what we did, when we did it, how long we did it for. It didn't have enough time to pack away, enough time to get to all the next lectures and stuff, so that's how we organised all of that.
Nice. You reflect on each session, and if so, what were your reflection at? So
obviously I gave you what reflection is earlier with Bruce's paper, but then we used Gibbs' reflective cycle, which is description, feeling, evaluation, analysis, conclusion, action plan. So I personally did a description of the session, how I felt it went, not how I felt it went, what we did when we did it, and then how it made us feel, whether it made us feel good, bad. Sometimes not even that, sometimes it was just it was alright. Nothing bad to say about it, nothing good to say about it. and then the evaluation, which is the same thing, like how we thought it went, how effective it was.
Yeah.
If we thought our scores could get any better / worse. Yeah. Analysis, which is similar, like we analysed it, saw where we could improve, and then in the conclusion we discussed what we could do to make it better, like how we thought the session went. If it was a good session, we were just like, yeah, that's all right. We'll leave it as that. Doesn't need much planning going towards it. And then the action plan, if it was like a bit of a bad session and no one had really done anything, we'd be like, right, what have we done? What can we do? This is what we're going to do next time. This is how we're going to get better.
Yeah.
And that's how we went.
Nice.
But that was Gibbs 1988 that got that from.
Sounds good. How responsible do you think that you were throughout the whole sport education process?
So for this one, we actually used Hellison's 1985 model of self-responsibility goals.
Okay.
So level 0 was irresponsibility. So that's like unmotivated, interrupting everything, verbal abuse and intimidation. And I can safely say that not one person in our group was level 0.
That's good.
Level 1, there was self-control. So like not participating fully.
Yeah.
Which I didn't fully participate in some of the sessions, but that wasn't out of choice. That was because I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And just not disrupting others. So I felt like I definitely do fit into that one, but not out of choice.
Yeah.
So I really did want to take part in it. And then involvement is level 2. Involved, willing to try stuff. Definitely fit in that one as well.
Yeah.
Like obviously I said about the long jump earlier and the 1,600 metres.
It's not your
I
ideal
didn't
one,
want to do it. It's not my forte. But I was like, yeah, I'll get involved. I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
So I definitely fit in that one as well. Self-responsibility, and then that was working without supervision, increased responsibilities from their own doing.
Yep.
So I think with me, I only did what I had to do, pretty much. I didn't ever go out looking for more and more and more.
Yeah.
I know for a fact someone in our group, Meg, she did. She always wanted more things to do, so she definitely fit in that one.
Yeah.
But I feel like working without supervision, I think most people in our group, they didn't need someone over us looking at us, making sure we were working. We just went and did it out of our own will, and just because we wanted to do it and we wanted to improve. And then number 4 is caring, giving support, showing concern, helping others. And I think again, all of our group fit in that thing because we were all very close knit. I know that when I was injured, everyone was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Like, just make sure you're okay."
Yeah.
I just don't worry about the thingy because at the end of the day, it is just a practical session, and you got to look after each other first, don't you? So that was what was mainly important for us during the assessments.
Nice. Sports day, how was it? Did you enjoy it? What did you get up to?
Unfortunately, I couldn't go to it because I was actually in A&E because of my ankle, which I showed you a picture of. I've got my boot somewhere. I'm sure everyone on the podcast will see me in a boot. But I got out of that the other day, so so unfortunately I couldn't do it, which again sucked.
Yeah.
Jokes. It was the last day that everyone in the course was on. Yeah. And it was the last time everyone was going to be in the same part, and obviously started my whole university experience with all them people, do you know what I mean? So I was pretty gutted I couldn't go. But not going to cry over spilt milk, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My fault I got injured.
There's always graduation, you'll see the people. And
yeah, exactly. But it was upsetting seeing everything, and obviously all the work that we put in over the few weeks and stuff, like you couldn't get anything to show for it, so again, really upsetting. Yeah, definitely, but that's life, innit? Yeah. So we just got to move on.
Final question, how do you remember all the sessions so we could do a podcast today?
So I touched on it earlier. So on the very first session, David was like, I suggest you either write like a little memo down or do it in your voice notes, and I'll show you my voice notes now. It's literally it's literally packed full of little. Even if it's just stupid, like did this, did that, made me feel good.
As well, really, when you did some of them as well sometimes.
Yeah. So like, as you can see on my voice memos,
yeah.
look how many there are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so one of the voice memos actually, I was doing the starting sprint, and so this is, I can't remember what week it was, but we were doing the starting sprint, and I wanted to find out if staying lower actually increased your sprint time.
Your initial run.
Yeah. So at the start, I got Meg to go and stand 50 metres, and I just did it how I normally do off the blocks and stuff. And then I thought, as I was walking back, I thought, why is she stood so far away? So this is like reflecting and stuff. I was like, why is she stood so far away? Because within them 50 metres, I could have already made up the time in my stride length. Do you know what I mean? So then I got her to stand 15 metres away, and I did one, and I got I did one how I normally run, and then I did the other how like you meant to start really low, and I actually took 0.10 seconds off my time.
That's quite a lot of time.
So it was pretty crazy to actually think about it and then do something to change it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was good. It was a good experience, and then obviously keeping track of it on the podcast, on the voice notes and stuff. It was just made all this bit so much easier. So
definitely.
Listened to my podcast, wrote some notes down, talked to you about it.
Here we are.
And here we are.
It's been wonderful, mate.
Cheers, pal.
Anything else you want to ask?
No, that's it, mate. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
No worries. I'm hoping to see you again soon, no doubt. And
absolutely.
Nice.